Hey guys, it's Farmer Girl Ab coming to you today to talk to you about germinating seeds. So, germinating is the sprouting of a seed after dormancy. So, we are going to germinate three different types of seeds today. We're going to germinate some bell pepper seeds, some eggplant, and some tomato seeds. So, first, we're going to start off with eggplant seeds. So the variety of eggplant seeds that we're going to germinate today is Black Beauty seeds. And there are a few different ways to germinate seeds, and we're just going to go through a couple different ways. So whichever way is better for you, please do. So I'm just going to kind of show you how I do a few different ways. So first we're going to start off with how I germinate eggplant seeds. So I do want to point out to you all that according to the Farmer's Almanac, the last frost date for us Pittsburghers is April 23rd, 2020. So it's a good time to begin your germinating right now. But wherever you are in the world, it's a good time to check when your last frost date is so that you can know when is a good time to germinate certain seeds. So right now we're going to start with our eggplant. So we have our Black Beauty eggplant seeds. So I already took about 10 seeds out of this little packet. These are heirloom seeds. They are non-hybrid eggplant seeds, and they're really good seeds to have. So we are going to start out with this little dome. This is a recycled little dome that I got from, I don't remember actually where I got this from. I got this from somewhere where I must have had some takeout food, but it's a great little dome to use to recycle to make a little greenhouse. So we're going to use this to germinate our eggplant seeds with. It has little holes and got some little dirt in it. It's okay. We're going to use it. So this is some organic matter, some compost that I'm going to use to start. And I'm just going to take some of this compost, and it probably already got worms in it, which is going to be so cool. I'm going to just spread it out in here. Oh, yep, I see worms. You see a worm? See the worm already? So this is some good compost to start off with. All right, and take that. And I see a couple worms in there. Making more of a mess. We'll clean it up. And I'm going to just wet this compost before I put my seeds in there, just to make sure it's nice and moist before I put my seeds in. I see some good worms already down in there. Make sure it's already moist. Nice little mist. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eggplant seeds, all 10 of them, and I'm just going to sprinkle them in there. They're just sprinkled around in there. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take more of my compost, and I'm just going to sprinkle it lightly over top of my seeds. I'm going to take this big hunk out. I'm not going to bury them too deeply in the compost because eggplant, is that a leaf? That's not completely broken down. Eggplant seeds don't want to be buried too deeply. That's probably good for now. I'm going to stick that back in there for now. So I am going to just spread that around just a little bit. I think that's good for now. I'm going to take a little bit more water. I'm just going to spray it lightly on top And I am going to close that lid there. These little air holes, great. I am going to label this. Just eggplant. We'll put Black Beauty too, just so we know what type of eggplant we have here. Today's date is 4/5, right?
Yep.
4/5/20. All right, so we know the date. Take a little bit of tape, stick it on there. We know the date, that. All right, with this, we want to keep this at a temperature of about 80 degrees. If it's not about 80 degrees yet, you can sit this on top of your refrigerator. That gives off heat, or you can put it on a heat mat, which will keep it at a perfect temperature for the seeds to begin to sprout. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to plug my little heat mat in to keep my seeds warmed up. These seeds don't need any type of light right now. They just need heat in order for them to sprout. So once they sprout, I'll be sure to show you a video when they do come up. So that's how you germinate eggplant seeds, okay? The next, I'm just going to set these to the side for a minute. All right. Oh, and for those eggplant seeds, it should take approximately 5 to 10 days for them to germinate, for us to get our little sprouts to come up. So approximately. So got a little bit of a mess here, but that's okay. We'll get that. So the next seeds that we are going to germinate are our bell pepper seeds. And the variety of our bell pepper seeds are called our California Wonder bell pepper seeds. And a quick way to germinate our bell pepper seeds is just to take a paper towel. You can take the paper towel. I like to take like 2 paper towels. And you take just a regular old paper towel you can get from the store, grocery store, or whatever. And take the paper towel and you can wet the paper towel. You don't have to soak it. Just wet it. And you're going to take your seeds and you're just going to spread them out on the paper towel. Give them some room. Make sure they're just spread it out. And you're just going to fold the paper towel. You can fold it just so the seeds are nice and secure down in there. And we'll put it there on here. And then you're going to just make sure the paper towel is nice and moist. And it doesn't need to be dripping, but just nice and moist. And once it's moist, you're going to take a plastic Ziploc bag. It doesn't have to be this big, but this is all I had. But just take a plastic Ziploc bag. It can be a sandwich bag. And you're going to take your paper towel with your seeds in it. And you're just going to stick it in there. And close it up. And then you want to make sure you label them so that you remember exactly what seeds are in the bag. So I'm going to label this really quickly. I got water everywhere, but I'm still going to label them. So these are bell peppers. All right. I'm going to stick that on there. So we know that. And then you take your bell peppers seeds, and you can stick them right on top of your refrigerator, and that'll give a little bit of heat to just help your seeds along the way. And in about 5 to 10 days, you should begin to see your seeds sprout. So that's a way you can germinate bell peppers. The next, I'm just going to set these here for now. The next seeds that we are going to germinate are tomato seeds. And we have some beefsteak tomato seeds. And to germinate beefsteak tomato seeds is the exact same process of the way that we germinated our bell pepper tomatoes, our bell pepper seeds. So we are going to do the same exact process. We are going to take a paper towel. We're going to moisten our paper towel. It's moist. And we are going to take our tomato seeds and put them on the paper towel. Right there. There's about 10 of them on there. There's a little bit of dirt on there, and that's okay. It won't hurt it. And we're going to close or fold up the paper towel. Secure our seeds down in there. And moisten it some more just to make sure they are nice and moist in there. Okay, yes, nice and moist right down in there. Yes, yes, yes. And get another plastic Ziploc bag. I'm going to stick my beefsteak tomato seeds down in there. And I am going to be sure to label these ones as well, because tomato seeds and pepper seeds can sometimes look alike. So you want to be sure to label these as well. So let me label these right now. So tomato, and these are beef steak. And I want to be specific with that because tomato, there are definitely many varieties of tomato seeds because, and I'm going to stick these on top of my refrigerator as well. I say there are many varieties of tomato seeds because I have another variety of tomato seeds right here. These are called mortgage lifters. And I harvested these mortgage lifter seeds from a tomato that I had a while back. I harvested over 100 seeds out of one tomato a while back. And these are some leftover seeds that I haven't germinated yet. And so I'm going to germinate these seeds in the coming days to produce some more tomato plants. But I have been germinating these seeds for the past few weeks now. And I actually began to germinate some a few days ago. And I don't think that these seeds have begun to sprout. But I do want to show you what the seeds look like after a couple of days being inside of the paper towel and plastic bag. They've already been sitting on top of my refrigerator, and sometimes I check them. So I just started germinating these mortgage lifters on April 2nd, so it's only been a few days. So I just want to see what they look like already. I'm almost sure they haven't begun to sprout, but just to look at them. Hold on. Oh wait, some of them sprouted. Oh my goodness, wait, I see some roots. I see roots. Wait, oh, you got that? You see? Wait, oh my goodness, look at that. I see roots. You see that root right there? So we do get at least a root on one of them already. So these are just, this is just from the mortgage lifters that I began to germinate. And I see a couple roots coming out already. So this has just been about 3 days, and we see that they are already beginning to germinate. So that makes me excited. So I do know that in the next few days I will be able to plant these little babies. So yeah, so you get to get a close-up on how these ones are doing. So that makes me really happy. So I am going to stick them back in their home so that they can go back on top of the refrigerator. And yeah, so that is how you germinate. So get your seeds out and get ready to germinate so that you can get your garden going. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe to Farmer Girl Ab. Next time, bye.